If this is your first time tuning in, here on this channel, we talk about film, fashion, and photography, all three things that I love. My name is David Wilson II, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing why I chose not to use a gimbal for my latest project. Let's go. Let me start this conversation off first by saying that I do not hate gimbals. I just hate using them. I mean, if you've been in film and video long enough, you've probably used a gimbal, whether it be the app, the calibration, it acting weird at times. Gimbals just have a way of just annoying me, and that's part of the reason why I did not choose a gimbal for this particular project. I wanted things and items that would help me move faster, that I would be excited about using, and that wouldn't rely necessarily on an application in order to be able to use and function properly. So today, the first tool that we're going to talk about is the tripod. Now, the tripod is a very underrated and overpriced tool at the same time, but we all need them. I've never seen a film set that did not have a tripod on it. Maybe 1917 by Sam Mendes and Roger Deakins, because it was supposed to be shot as like a continuous shot. But even I would imagine they had a tripod. I would imagine that they had a tripod on set, but that is part of the reason why I chose not to use one. I wanted to just focus on composition, and when you're trying to set up a shot on a tripod, that's really all that you have. You have your shot, you have your subject, but now you have to be creative and implement foreground elements, background elements, and that's really what I wanted to challenge myself on, is just focusing on the story and what to include in the frame. Now, that's not to say that I couldn't achieve that with a gimbal. I'm just saying that a gimbal probably would have gotten in the way of me having to do that. Not only do they require batteries, again, they mess up and they slow you down, and it can be frustrating to get away from the creativity and the focus of what is necessary to achieve a shot. Now, this next tool was actually one that I was hesitant to buy, and I'm glad that I bought it because it was one of the most riskiest tools that I've ever used, and also one of the most rewarding shots that I've ever been able to get, and that is the car mount. Now, this could also fall in a range of a tripod in a way, but not really, so that's why I included it. But this car mount allowed for me to be able to get a very unique opening to my film, but also just in general, it made me expand my mind on some of the things and some of the things that I could achieve with it. I've never used a car mount in my life. I made sure to ratchet it down and also take some safety precautions to make sure that everyone, and also my camera was safe. I think on the front of the hood was like close to $10,000 worth of equipment, so I was definitely had my heart pacing, but it was definitely rewarding to achieve that shot. So that's part of the reason why I included this, is because I want people to take risk. I mean, invest in a tool that is different from what we're normally seeing. I mean, I think people have seen plenty of gimbal shots, or just plenty of shots that we see all the time. They're all over social media, but I think this is one of those shots where if you were to show this to a client, they would be wowed by, and they would be more intrigued by, because this is a very unique shot. So whatever that is, it may not even be a car mount, but I say take chances, and this is one where I took chances. Now, the last shot that I'm going to talk about today is the handheld shot. Now, I captured a ton of handheld footage throughout this time filming, and I'm glad that I did. Not only did it give me an opportunity to practice manually focusing, which was not hard, but it was definitely something that I had to practice in the moment, and also beforehand, just knowing how far you are from the subject, and also how much focus distance you are from whatever it is that you're trying to capture. I think that was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot about not only am I capable of doing that, I see people talking about it all the time online about manually focusing, not relying on autofocus, and I completely agree with a lot of those sentiments, because autofocus is, unless you're doing an interview setting, when you're moving around, autofocus gets really confused, and it does not focus on whatever it is that you're trying to focus on. So manually focusing or having a focus puller obviously is the best option in my opinion. And so I say, hey, challenge yourself, whether it be tripod, car mount, or even just a handheld shots. These are all things that I use to create a cohesive documentary, and one that I'm proud of. And I also just want to encourage others to do the same. So get away from the gimbal. Don't buy a gimbal first. Buy either a tripod, car mount, or even just focus on using your own, two hands and nailing shots that way. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name is David Wilson II, and as always, start your day with giving, because way too many people take. SWNUP.